Chilly temps in the forecast here at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Miami Dolphins and the Kansas City Chiefs. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Yellow. Check that. Check pass. Check pass.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game as he'll lose yardage to start things out. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
At the 24-yard line.
Yellow. Arsenal 80.
They go play fake. Mahomes. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jerome Baker just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
You better be afraid of me.
They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. Jerome Baker there on the tackle.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Watch the curl. Watch the curl. Motion. Hey, 57. 52's the mark.
Now this time Mahomes will throw. And his throw is incomplete. Mecole Hardman, the intended target. And that'll make it 3rd down.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Flushed out right. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
But when you're going up against a talented receiver like that, you just know that they're going to bring more people to him, right? They're going to double cover him every chance they get.
I think that is what we're going to see all game long. An early taste of that double, maybe even sometimes triple coverage we might see.
Yeah, I think what they're counting on, his talent to sometimes beat that double coverage.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Turn 2 soft. Number 53. Mike 53. Pilot 64. Weak. Snap.
Here's the first carry for Kenyon Drake. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game. So what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels. Because if you crowd everyone to the left...
And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack.
2 plays so far, run and a pass attempt, and both have gone backwards.
Probably not how they drew that up.
Not at all.
Looking for a better play coming up on third. Throwing on third and long. Stanley. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And it's Chiefs football. 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win for...
Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 20. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. That had disaster written all over it. You've got a right-handed quarterback, a rolling left, and throwing it pretty far downfield.
It's really difficult to do, to try and get your body twisted around into the proper position and get anything on the ball as you heave it downfield. And that's what it actually turns into, a heave. And that's not really a good throw, is it?
Not good, and we saw the result. And they worked this well upfield across the 45. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Throwing on 1st down. Stanley. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 36. Operating from the gun. Stanley. There goes a deep ball. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. As his guys are in for 6. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes the score 7-0. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 47. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Marcus Davenport has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. Quarterback was hit.
Back to throw. Stanley. They'll roll him out right. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down.
7. Yo. Ready?
From the gun, Stanley. And that is incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the number one thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
He's got the distance, but it's no good. Wide to the right, and this score will stay right where it is. So it's an empty trip downfield there as they get a missed field goal on 4th down.
And I didn't see anything in the setup. It's a good snap, good hold.
Yep.
He just pushed it, and that one never wanted to come back.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They're probably lucky to only be down 7-0 as they come up 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. That one complete to Hill. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
So the illegal forward pass also costs them a down, and now it's 2nd and long.
Yellow.
On play action, it's Mahomes. He'll buy some time right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Charles, he doesn't seem to be particularly in tune with his receivers, just 2 for 7 throwing the football, but he did seem really locked in before the game.
Yeah, and that has to do with receivers sometimes. Sometimes the defenders knock them off their routes, and you're usually pretty precise. 1, 2, 3 cut, balls out of his hands to the receiver. In this case, might be off by a half step either way. They've got to find a way to get back in sync.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Drake. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
To throw on 2nd down, Stanley. This taken in by Jakeem Grant. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a 1st down. Line of scrimmage moves from one 37-yard line to the other as they come up 1st and 10. They run it with Polk. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, he's looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it. So those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
35-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Here's 2nd and 8. And he fires one incomplete.
They always say that real estate is about location. Well, guess what? When it's a slant route, the quick ones, timing, timing, timing. Got to be able to lead your man with the football.
And the timing off right there. Threw it behind him. So 3rd down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first.
Travel. Check. 53 mark. Check. 52.
Operating from the gun. Stanley. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Ron Thornhill. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
It's your time, baby. We did our part.
Ready, set.
53. Check 53.
Topper.
On 1st and goal, Drake. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. So that run gets them about halfway home.
Yeah, it's now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
Now.
They'll try again with Drake. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
So it's 3rd and goal now, and this is where the Arrowhead crowd can make it very tough. They'll try and pound it in with Drake. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. Only a yard there, so it brings up 4th and goal. Well, if this defense can hold him to a field goal here, what a win that would be.
Not just a win on the possession, but psychologically take over the ball game. But this started with 1st and goal, so they were in 4-down territory right from the beginning. I say you finish it off and go for the touchdown.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
In on the stop defensively, Raekwon McMillan.
At the 17-yard line.
Man, I got you.
Go.
52. Block 52.
From the 17, Mahomes. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Block 52. Here we go.
15.
Here we go. Check 3.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead, eluding the pressure right. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
Check. First 61. Matchbox lights.
On 1st down, Stanley. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And out of bounds right around the 20.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Go. Ready.
2nd and 3. This is caught. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a 1st down.
1st and goal, Miami.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for 2nd down. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal.
8 reads.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route ordinarily is probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score. This is fielded at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Come on, man. Let's go.
At their own 22-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
I know, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing off. That's caught inside the 20. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. And, yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty. No question there.
You don't think they spent a couple of seconds mulling over what the penalty would do for them?
I don't even know why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll cut the lead to 17-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Ready, break.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. We'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the line of scrimmage, either run another play or clock it and start over again.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. The intended receiver there, Kenyon Drake. 3rd down here.
Here we go. 60 outlaw, a alpha.
Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Let's go. 53. Go.
From the gun, Stanley. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the... And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Hey, seam 6.
53 to Mike. 53. Check 53.
Operating from the gun, Stanley. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
To throw again, Stanley. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30.
91.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Stanley. He's going to rifle one. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Hopefully not so.
The Chiefs take over first and 10 at their own.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I know it'll be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And the interception last time on the opponent's side of the field, certainly not what they wanted.
Put it mildly, that is so frustrating because that signifies there's a drive going on. You're in a good spot, great place to run some of your best offense. Instead, they turn the ball over.
Yeah, turned the ball over last time. See if they can avoid doing it here. They'll run with Drake. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1.
And it brings up third down.
Ready? 10 Lobo.
53, Mike. All that, baby, all that. Shit.
Hey, Wahoo. Ready?
On 3rd down, Polk. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Polk. Looking for an opening, not much there. He'll get it to the 39. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaking up on the play. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Hey, Delta. Get it.
Looking to throw. Stanley. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Back to throw. Stanley. It's complete to Grant.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
You used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this, when he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
A run there on 1st down and a pretty good one of 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. 4 receivers to keep tabs on here. 3 of them to the right side on 2nd and 5.
Hey, box drop.
Mike part two. Right.
2nd and 5. He's going to fire one deep over into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Juan Thornhill, and he'll return it to the 24-yard line. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Now a pass that's taken in by Hill. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Nice play for Kansas City, picking up the first 18 yards that time.
Fight on these two. That's all they need.
Tight ends Ringo.
Attack.
Tight ends on the Ringo.
On 1st down, Mahomes being chased out left. Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. To throw, it's Mahomes. Flush to his right. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked off at about the 31. Johnson was the intended receiver.
I think that interception happened for two reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
Let's talk a little football 101 here because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Running, it's Drake. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line.
Any team that runs the toss and runs it successfully, that means they win the battle on the edges. That means you seal the edge in order to let your back get to the corner. They got it done there for a very nice game.
6-6, pull it high. Hey, Zoo. 26.
Off play action. Stanley. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Hey, Haywood.
52's the mic right here over there, right? 52's the mic.
Five.
Throwing again. Stanley. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
On third down, Stanley. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Grant. And that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the first at about the 21. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a fourth down. Sanders' kick is good. And that will open the lead up now to 20-7. So a good snap, good hold, and right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, partner.
You mean like kicking the ball?
Exactly.
Well, that was in high school.
Doesn't matter. I don't care what level. You hit them, they go through.
At their own 25-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Now Mahomes. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. No gain on the screen there at second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly.
Hey, Sunday.
Looking to throw again on second down. Mahomes. Forced out to his left. He's going to take off with it. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it will still leave him with a third down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Hey, Mike 52, Mike 52. Hey, defense.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. He's got his man, that's Hardman. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 32-yard line. Mahomes now 5 straight completions here in this second half, 1st and 10. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first. And he's over 100 yards now after that last catch. Already, of course, leading the NFL in receiving yardage.
So he's done nothing at all to hurt his cause to stay in that spot. But I've been so impressed with how he's gotten it done. Body control, route running. How about the way he competes for the football at the end of the play?
Attack!
Mike 52, Mike 52. Get that!
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Charles Harris able to put an end to that play, and in so doing, puts an end to this third quarter. We're back now in KC. It's the Chiefs with a football, but with work to do on the scoreboard, they trail as we start quarter number 4. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Now here's Mahomes. And he's going to go down again. Charles Harris in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for it. Mahomes going to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Raekwon McMillan, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Hey, 15.
Mahomes throwing on 4th. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And no, it's incomplete. The Chiefs tried it, but they're turned away on 4th down. And the Dolphins' defense is able to hold. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation.
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
And the pressure gets to him again.
So when you have good field position to start a drive and you give up back-to-back sacks, that can be demoralizing for a team.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. From the gun, Stanley. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off near the 32. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. That is the play they needed in a 2-score game here in the 4th quarter.
No doubt about it. They did what they had to do to give themselves a chance to get back into the game. They turned it over to the offense. They are now in charge.
Now they need to execute. The Chiefs in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. So after the INT, here's Mahomes. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And that's caught. Did he stay in bounds, though? He did not. Ruled incomplete. He was looking for Tyreek Hill that time. And it's 2nd down.
15. Attack!
Play action. Now it's Mahomes. Rolling to his right. He's going to take off with it. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. No one there to help out downfield, but no problem. Scrambling for 22 and a first. Throwing now is Mahomes. Buying time to his left. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Xavier Howard. Mecole Hardman, the intended target.
Let's go, interception.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They'll start the drive with Drake. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. I'm no offensive mastermind, but of all the guys on the field to block, you might want to stop him.
Look, I've got a very simple rule. An unblocked defender is usually your best defender, and he ended up making the play there.
Looking to throw on second down. Stanley. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. The Dolphins on third down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 11. Operating from the gun, Stanley. Well, they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. He just joined the double-digit party with that last pick. He now has 10 on the season.
And that takes a great amount of skill, study, a tad bit of luck. But bottom line, he's had a heck of a season.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
Last stop. 43.
On 2nd and 7, Mahomes. And now here's another interception. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it, Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
With the Eagles?
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Dolphin first down. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Looking to throw. Stanley. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 23 yards on the play. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now a handoff for Drake. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Kenyon Drake, his 11th touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. Sanders now to add the extra point. And that one pushes the lead up to an even 20.
Makes the score Dolphins 27, Chiefs 7. Jason Sanders to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Fielded about a yard deep. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Escaping the pressure. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Charles Harris in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
Yeah, if you can hold a team to 7 points in the NFL, that's the kind of day that you feel really good about. Now, I do know a few guys are going to think to themselves, held them to 7. If we'd made one more play, could have had our shutout.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Ready? And 2 stop.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Hey!
37-yard line.
Right back to Drake. Trying to get out wide, but he's going to be tackled right near the line of scrimmage. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaken up on the play. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. Now the former 4th-round pick, it's Kalen Ballage. And a good tackle there right around the 30. Stops him short of the first down. 7 yards on the carry there, but now they're staring at 4th down.
But it's 4th down.
And well, they could just run this clock out, but here is the field goal unit on 4th down. It'll be a 47-yard attempt from the left hash. So a victory here for the Miami Dolphins. And you've got to say, CD, it was the defense who had a big part in the W.
No, without question. When you force 4 turnovers, you get to enjoy the spoils of victory, don't you? It's rare that you force 4 turnovers and lose a ball game. That's almost unheard of. They carried this one home. He talked about celebrating with each other and being in a position where going forward, all you think about is, let's get 5 next time. They're going to be on the hunt.
So for the Dolphins, the final 2 weeks are going to tell the story for them as they move to 9-5 with a win. And they'll have another road date next week with the New York Giants. Meanwhile, for the Chiefs, they'll drop to 9-5 on the year. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Foxborough to face off against the New England Patriots. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles